Jaguars corner Jalen Ramsey wanted out of Jacksonville when Super Bowl contender with a questionable defense emerged as a possible landing spot. The Chiefs. Kansas City wide receiver Tyreek Hill and safety Tyrann Mathieu both already got on Twitter to recruit Ramsey, but it won't be that easy. The Jaguars reportedly want 2 first-round picks for the All-Pro. Joining us now, Fox Sports NFL analyst Greg Jennings. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Whew. All right. Should the Chiefs give up 2 first-rounders for Ramsey?
Ooh,
Greg.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. He is worth it, but if I'm the Chiefs, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not doing it.
Huh.
I am not doing it. And the reason why I would not do it if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs is when I'm looking at Jalen Ramsey and when I look at my defense, can he help us? Absolutely. Does he guarantee us the Super Bowl? No.
Well, that's news to this man.
Yeah, no.
He's been saying
no.
that here.
It's not like when the 49ers acquired Deion Sanders, that was like a guaranteed lock. They knew this is the piece we need. That's all we need. With Jalen Ramsey, this Kansas City Chiefs team is so good already. Offensively, they can overcome those woes defensively. They waited to the NFC Championship game, all but had it.
And what happened?
And they lost.
Because of what?
Because of defense.
No, because of Tom Brady. It wouldn't have mattered
because
who
of
was playing defense.
Because of
you
the
could put
alignment.
Ray Lewis and Ed Reed out there.
Oh, no. You know that last time you saw Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. You know what happened.
When you look at Jalen Ramsey, you're giving up 2 first-round draft picks, and on top of that, $15 million some odd dollars the following year. Yep. So is he worth it? He is definitely worth it. But to the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm looking at this team as a contender for years to come, and we don't even have a guy like this on our roster. So if we stay the course, we can get better and we can improve at a lesser cost. And then not only, you got to look at the flip side. The Jacksonville Jaguars have to agree to the deal with the team, knowing that they're going to love what they get in the first-round picks. Kansas City Chiefs will be giving you late first-round picks.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they should do it. That's why Kansas City should do it. Because you're going to be getting 30, 31, 32. That's the best you're going to be able to get, Skip Bayless. Look, the Patriots are always looking to gain an advantage. What do? They went out and got AB. Now, they didn't need AB. I mean, AB doesn't guarantee because they have Tom Brady. They had already done 6 times, even before AB set foot in Boston. So you have to do something to neutralize that.
How much do they have to give for it?
Exactly. They only find the guys that they are tied up for 1 year.
But here's the thing. Yeah, sure, if Jalen Ramsey's on the street, but sometimes you got to make a move. And this is a power move right here. You're trying to win a Super Bowl. You still got Mahomes on that rookie contract. Now, you're going to have to get him a 5-year deal by $200 million. That's what it's going to cost to sign him down the road because you're going to uncharted territory. You're about to have a 2-time MVP that's 24. A 2-time league MVP is 24. So it's going to cost you about $200 million. Don't you want something for the show for that return? You got the MVP and the Super Bowl? Go get Jalen Ramsey. Lock it down. Book it.
Over?
Over.
Game over for Tom
Brady.
Brady.
We go to the road. AFC Championship game, we go to the road in Kansas City.
For once, I'm with my man, Greg. And by the way, we all have the same look, except it was actually my look to start with. So everybody's coming around to my side. I don't know what happened.
He going to prayer service with that look. I'm going to happy hour with my look.
Jalen Ramsey is the Odell Beckham Jr. of cornerbacks. He will ultimately, wherever he goes, prove to be more trouble than he is worth. He is a classic me player in a game that is a we sport. And you guys know it has to ultimately, at the highest level, and you know that level, and you knew it 3 times, it has to be a we thing. It's a unity game in which you have to pull together to win it all. And Jalen just doesn't know. He only pulls apart. He is always the eye of the storm that he creates in a locker room because he is a social media prisoner and victim. He is more about clicks and likes, about what people reinforce him to do on social media than he is about being the leader of a football team that's going to go win a championship. And if you will allow me quickly to hit the lowlights of his career, just to remind everybody just how much trouble he can be. He got drafted 5th when he thought he was going to Dallas at 4, and they took Ezekiel Elliott. And he soon said, I will never play for the Dallas Cowboys unless the Joneses leave. And he called the Cowboys a losing franchise. And there was a report by Jane Slater of NFL Network that the Cowboys might have had some interest in trying to trade for Jalen Ramsey. They could certainly, who couldn't use his talent, but that after what he said about the ownership of the Cowboys, that bridge just got burned to the ground.
LeBron went back to Cleveland after Dan Gilbert said what he said. If he can go back after that, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones can swallow their pride and have this man. Okay. But I hope they don't. I'm glad he said it. What you say more?
Okay, good. Mr. Prohibitive favorite. So then September 25th, this is of his rookie year. Jalen gets into it with Steve Smith, calls him an old man. They push and shove on the field, and he pays him no respect and a lot of disrespect after the game. Then October 23rd of his rookie year, he gets ejected late in the fourth quarter for getting into a fight with a Raider receiver named Johnny Holton. Then
Johnny Holton probably deserved it.
Yeah, he probably deserved it. Then January 1st, after they lose the last game to Indy, he advocates to the media after the game that the whole defensive coaching staff be fired. We need to, he said, start fresh next year with a clean slate of defensive coaches. That's a lot coming from a rookie. And then the next year earlier, it's actually November, he gets into a fight with A.J. Green before halftime, and they both get ejected.
Yeah, I mean, he had A.J. in solitary. He had him in solitary. Wouldn't give him no food or water, Greg. Really? That's why he was mad at him.
Okay. And I could just go on, but you remember what happened in before the AFC Championship game at New England. He predicted that we're going to the Super Bowl and we're going to win that B.
Yeah, we're going to win that. Yeah, we're going to win that piece.
Okay, and then he was actually on a Jacksonville defense that was second in yards allowed, second in points allowed, and second in sacks that year. And he was playing for a really good a better defense than Kansas City has right now. And what happened in the fourth quarter after they took a 20-10 lead early in the fourth quarter? What happened? Tom Brady happened to Jalen Ramsey. And Tom Brady threw for 138 just in the fourth quarter. 2 touchdowns, no picks, and they roared back to win 24-20.
Because then Blake Bortles like, I'm not supposed to be beating Tom Brady. Let me work up here and do Blake Bortles things.
Yeah, I'm not
start playing terrible.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to put that all on their defense.
After the game, Jalen Ramsey said it was the defensive coordinator's fault because we played too much zone in the fourth quarter. So he put it all on the defensive coordinator. And then the GQ piece hit. You want to talk about going Odell? And he trashed every quarterback in the league, starting with a young quarterback in Josh Allen, who was then a rookie in Buffalo, and called him flat-out trash.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh. And he had something negative to say about Roethlisberger and Luck and just name them.
Skip, I just want, before you go any further, I just want to say I don't condone what he said. But I understand why he said it.
Understand why he said it. And then this year, he reports to training camp in an armored bank.
Yeah, he need that bread.
Yeah, need that bread. And you didn't like it that day, I remember. You had an issue with it. And then it all culminated last Sunday in Jacksonville. On the sideline, he got into it with his head coach because he wanted his head coach, Doug Marrone, to challenge a completion on him on the field that he thought D-Hop didn't catch. And they got into it so much that Doug Marrone got his button pushed, and he went back, and he wanted to fight.
Doug Marrone was out of line. He was out of pocket for that, Greg. Now, you know, you come, I'll tell you what now, if I walk past you, we exchange words, and I go sit down, you come back here, you're going to get what you're looking for.
They both were out of pocket.
You will get what you're looking for, Skip. I'd have left it alone. I said what I said in passing. You said what you said in me passing. Now, leave it alone now.
That's Jalen Ramsey.
Ain't no problem back when we go to the
head coach. He will send him over the edge. And I'm not sure Andy Reid would ever threaten to fight Jalen Ramsey, but because I don't think he'd want to fight anybody. But the point is, more trouble than worth. Not worth 2 first-round picks. I will not condemn them because they are in a desperation situation where they are up against that beastly organization up in Foxborough, led by the greatest quarterback ever and a really good coach, really good defensive coach.
Whoa, stop saying. You see what he did? You hear what he said? A really good defensive coach.
So you're saying Jalen Ramsey is not worth 2 first-round picks?
Okay, I'm not going to condemn them if they try it because you got to try because he's really good. When he's right, which is not always, but you want to talk about a lockdown, shutdown.
I'm going to call him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get in touch with him. I'm going to mentor him.
He's big and physical. He's quick and fast. He can, and he travels, like you've pointed out. He will take your best.
Yeah.
And when he's right, he'll take your best out of the game. And then when he's up against Brady, it's like, well, who's best? Do I take Edelman? Do I take Chris Hogan?
But see, that's what we got. That's what we got Honey Badger for. We got Honey Badger for Edelman, and then we're gonna take Jalen Ramsey and put him on AB.
So that's my issue, though, with why, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm saying I'm going to pass this time. Although he's a talent that you typically would never pass on, I'm trying to acquire him for one team. Because when you look in there, within their division, we don't really need a shutdown corner because we don't face another receiver.
Yeah, we do.
No.
They got two in San Diego, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. The Chargers beat them last year in Kansas City.
They did. But Keenan Allen, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
But in the AFC, you really I'll give you Keenan Allen, and then you have DeAndre Hopkins. Who else do you have that you need a shutdown corner?
But it's not for them. It's for them.
Exactly.
It's just like
for one team.
Golden State.
I'm not
why did Golden State really want KD? It wasn't for the rest of the league, because they can mop the floor with the rest of the league. It was for one team because they had that man. 6'9" from Akron. Stop. So we get see, there you go. See,
the Golden State Warriors could have still beat the Cavaliers without KD.
No, they couldn't.
Yes.
Not after they lost in 2016. Down 3-1, it was over. It was over. So Kansas City going to get that man for one reason, Skip. For one reason and one reason only. And that's the only reason you need. You don't need a whole bunch of reasons. You don't need that. You just need one.
Shannon, you're wishing and you're hoping.
No.
You hope, aren't they?
No. You don't want it to happen because you know what's going to happen. You know.
I don't. I would feel very
They get Jalen Ramsey, you saying it's guaranteed lock.
Lock.
But he keeps saying, said it all day. Okay, all right. We're going to leave it there for now.
That man walking.
Only we had more time
versus
to break
Amari.
that one down.
It's over.
Man, Jamie, stop. He couldn't guard everybody. They were throwing a Jackrabbit. They were throwing a Gallup. They were throwing Amari. I mean, he can't guard everybody.
Okay. All right, Greg, good stuff. As always, unfortunately, the injury gods have not been kind to the quarterbacks lately. They are dropping like flies. Is Colin Kaepernick back in play?